Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Blacktop Bootlegs. Today's episode, Anatomy of a Bootleg. If you were a kid during the 90s and enjoyed Marvel, you probably had a love-hate relationship with Toy Biz. In the 80s, Toy Biz became an aggressive American-owned company that managed to strike up an incredible deal with Marvel. They gained unrestricted access to every Marvel character after agreeing to split profits almost 50-50 with the comic book giant. Toy Biz kept designs simple and reissued variants of existing characters to keep shelves stocked. Eventually, creativity and collector cash faded, and Toy Biz lost its connection with Marvel in 2007. It was a great run for sure, surpassing Mattel for profitability, but one of their unintentional successes was creating the groundwork for most modern bootlegs. A classic example of Toy Biz shameless mold recycling was their Archangel 2 figure, produced at their standard 5-inch and enlarged 10-inch scales. While not a particularly impressive figure, the Angel was neatly sculpted with caricatured anatomy. Since the body was so nondescript and clean, Toy Biz reissued the same figure and parts numerous times. Battle Brigade Archangel, Marvel's Gold Collector's Edition Captain Marvel, and Savage Lands Kazar. The Collector Edition Captain Marvel was the most shameless reissue. They didn't even revise the molds, leaving the original slots for Archangel's wings intact. So, what does Archangel have to do with true bootleg toys? Well, in 1997, Sunco managed to pick up the Archangel body pattern and ran it without any repercussions. They fused the knee joints and dumped the body into their Commando Extreme series, which was a ripoff of Kenner's lackluster G.I. Joe Extreme property. The figures are somewhat obvious nods to the X-Men, but look mostly like normal people. Sunco and Hudson would hold onto the Angel body type and retain their Extreme Joe-style naming for almost 20 years. The figures seem to show up like clockwork at Christmas time. Their most recent Extreme Wrestler, Extreme Super Samurai, and Universal products all bear the same Archangel body in both 5-inch and enlarged 10-inch Toy Biz scales, with new awkward Mystico and Star Wars-themed heads. The easiest way to ID the Archangel body is the pointed pecs, vent-like ribs, and oddly locked knees. The original Archangel 2 had an intentionally wide stance, designed to allow the leg lever to rock inward, activating the flapping wing mechanism. Sunco didn't attempt to revise the original leg position until early 2000 and ended up botching the job. The legs were rotated inward to a less severe angle at the hips, but for some reason the lower legs were curved even more inward, and the feet were never rocked out to counter the leg rotation. The result is severe Spider-Man scurvy. Unfortunately, Magic Source of China picked up Sunco's scurvy shins and ran their own version of the same bow-legged figure, slightly resculpted. Similar to Sunco's ninjas, the heads look Sub-Zero-like or Shredder-like with varying face masks. In 2004, China flooded the US with its worst superhero multi-packs ever, featuring terribly retooled Archangel bodies. These frighteningly lazy realizations of well-known characters were some of the first grotesque bootlegs to go viral, and also feature the first examples of pointless LED chest lights. The body anatomy has been overworked to save material and has also devolved into strange shapes. Our most recent Angel knockoff, Super Dino Force, was inspired by the latest Ninja Turtle film. While these are based on Sunco and Hudson's Extreme figures, most of the articulation has been dialed out, leaving shoulder rotations only. Luckily, they've given us some off-scale dinosaurs to compensate for the lack of quality. The notion of simply slapping imagery of popular characters onto the body is really starting to become insulting. Last but not least, we have a familiar guest from Metropolis based on our 10-inch version of Toy Biz's Angel figure. Like the larger wrestler figures based on the same pattern, Superman's made of hard hollow plastic. The package artwork was lifted from DC's Quick Change Superman with no alterations. The figure ships with flexible rubber cape and an odd axe and sword accessory that are impossible to fit into his rigid hands. It's crazy that one sculpture was so daringly duplicated and rebranded by its original creator, and then taken for yet another ride by bootleggers. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, stay tuned for more Blacktop Bootlegs.